Joshua 12. Now these are the kings of the land whom the Israelites defeated and drove from the land on the east side of the Jordan, from the Arnon Valley to Mount Hermon, including all the eastern Rift Valley. King Sihon of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon and ruled at Aroer on the edge of Arnon Valley, including the city in the middle of the valley and half of Gilead all the way to Jabbok Valley, bordering Ammonite territory. His kingdom included the entire Rift Valley from the Sea of Kinneroth to the Sea of the Rift Valley, the Salt Sea, including the route to Beth Jeshimoth and the area southward below the slopes of Pisgah. The territory of King Og of Bashan, one of the few remaining Raphaites who lived in Ashtaroth and Edrei, and ruled over Mount Hermon, Salakah, all Bashan, to the border of the Geshurites and Maccathites, and half of Gilead as far as the border of King Sihon of Heshbon. Moses, the Lord's servant, and the Israelites defeated them, and Moses, the Lord's servant, assigned their land to Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. These are kings of the land whom Joshua and the Israelites defeated on the west side of the Jordan, from Baal-Gad in the Lebanon Valley to Mount Halak up to Seir. Joshua assigned the territory of the Israelite tribes, including the hill country, the foothills, the Rift Valley, the slopes, the wilderness, and the Negev. The land of the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. The king of Jericho, 1. The king of Ai, located near Bethel, 1. The king of Jerusalem, 1. The king of Hebron, 1. The king of Jarmuth, 1. The king of Lachish, 1. The king of Eglon, 1. The king of Gezer, 1. The king of Dibber, 1. The king of Geder, 1. The king of Harmah, 1. The king of Arad, 1. The king of Libnah, 1. The king of Adullam, 1. The king of Makkedah, 1. The king of Bethel, 1. The king of Tappuah, 1. The king of Hepher, 1. The king of Aphek, 1. The king of Lasharon, 1. The king of Madon, 1. The king of Hazor, 1. The king of Shimron, Meron, 1. The king of Akshaph, 1. The king of Ta'anak, 1. The king of Megiddo, 1. The king of Kedesh, 1. The king of Coniam near Carmel, 1. The king of Dor near Naphath Dor, 1. The king of Goyim near Gilgal, 1. The king of Tirzah, 1. A total of 31 kings. All right, I wonder why they keep having 1 there. Let me see if there is anything in the footnotes here. The king of Jericho, 1. The king of... No, I don't see anything in the footnotes saying that. Oh, interesting. Wonder why they did not do that. All right, so we have a summary of all of the lands on the eastern side, and we go back to Moses conquered that and divided it among the 2.5 tribes that were east of it. But again, we have... These are the Israelites defeated and drove out on the eastern side. So that's what happened previously before Joshua. And then we have the mention as we're going through. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. King Og of Bashan, one of the few remaining Raphaites who lived in Ashtaroth. So from the remnant of the Raphaites were apparently an extremely tall ethnic group. So we have when they're going to go into the land that they are fearful that the descendants of Anak, are in the Anak are in the land, and they are the giant clans of old, and so they're fearful of them. And then we have the reference to the Raphaites or the Nephilim being the Genesis 6, but the Raphaites being descendants there, and going back to all of that. Og of Bashan is one of the few remaining Raphaites who lived in Ashtaroth. So on the east side of the Jordan, there were not as many of these Raphaites, these giants who were left in the land. We will get that some of them were conquered here, and this depending on how you want to look at it, goes back to Genesis 6, when the sons of man came down to the daughters of, sons of God came down to the daughters of men and procreated. And so then we have these giants who are the men of old, who says they were there before the flood and afterwards. And so here we're getting afterwards. And when they were going to go into the land, the people were terrified of these individuals. That's why we're going to get an important, they're going to continuously be eliminated because they're the ones that were causing terror. They're also the ones who are descendants from something that is not the way it's supposed to be. So they are going to be wiped out within the land. Here's ones that were on the east side. They will not fully be wiped out until the time of David. So Goliath is going to be one of those, the giants. Okay, so we have all the region that is here. And then here's what my servant Moses defeated. And he assigned Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh to the east side of the Jordan. We had a question on the half tribe. How do you have a half tribe? Well, because half of it's here and the other half is over there on the other side. So you're just splitting it in half. It's not like they're a lesser tribe because they're only half. No, they get territory on the east of the Jordan, they get territory on the west of the Jordan. That's all it is. So it'd be kind of like if half of your family lived in Tennessee and the other half lived in Kentucky. You would still be your whole family, but half were in one state, the other half are in the other. So this is half of their territory is on the east of the Jordan, the other half is on the west. Then we have a listing of the area. So we're going back through. Here is the area. It comes from Baal Gad in the Lebanon Valley to Mount Halak up in Seir. So up in the north, all the way to the south. Down by Seir, that's where Edom is at. And Edom wouldn't let them go through their territory on the way to the land. It's also Esau is descendants there. So from Esau all the way up to the north to Lebanon Valley. And it's naming different spots along the way and then mentioning our people whose sin had been come up for judgment, and now the time is to judge them. The Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. So sometimes there are 5 in the list, sometimes there are 6 in the list. It changes slightly. Here we have 6, 6 being the number of man, so they are living according to the ways that men live. They're not living according to the ways that God would call them to live. And then we're just going to get the list of all of these. And I do not know why it's 1. I was going to go look that up. So Joshua 12. I want to see what others translate here. And it might just be a tally, but since they are all 1, where do we have it? Starting. Yeah, so king of Jericho, Ehad. The king of Ai, which is beside 1. Ehad, 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 Ehad. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I mean, and some of this could be repetition, wordplay that sounds more intriguing if we were in Hebrew reading it, but it's kind of like doing a tally mark, if you want to do that. The king here, 1. Add to it, 1 more. Add to it, 1 more. And we get all the way through all of these kings, everyone mentioned, where they are at. There's 1 king there. And it's interesting because we had 2 events where there were 5 kings or so that gathered together and then came against them, and then they were defeated. We have 31 kings in all. So that's what we have.